Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We are coming up on the 40th anniversary of one of the defining moments of the end of the Vietnam War, Operation Babylift. And there is going to be a unique and special memorial in New Jersey, unique to the country. In fact, it may be the only memorial and anniversary in the country. Sarah Hagarty is the curator of the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation, and that will be the Veterans Memorial will be the site of this anniversary celebration. Let's start with a little bit of history. What was Operation Babylift?
So in April of 1975, Da Nang had already fallen to the Viet Cong, and there were a lot of humanitarian workers who were in South Vietnam that were worried about the orphans who were going to be left. They were worried they might not survive the violence, and Saigon was on the verge of falling, and so they reached out through two charities that were in California and said, do you think you could find families that would like to adopt these children? And it ended up working out, and a pilot named Ed Daly, who was actually the vice president of World Airways at that point, put his own money forward, and he pioneered the first flight out of there on April 2nd, and they took out 500 children.
And as far as you know, at your site in New Jersey is the only national remembrance of this on the anniversary. Yeah,
we're doing the big celebration this year, yes. We're the only site for the 40th, yep.
And it's free?
It's a free all-day event. There'll be children who are not children anymore, who were
baby-lifted?
Yes, who were baby-lifted. Now they're in their 40s,
wow.
Many of them, and they have kids of their own. They'll be there. One of the pilots will be there. Lana Noon, who I've been working with on this project, adopted 2 babies from Babylift, and she'll be there getting everybody together. So it will really be a reunion of sorts.
But it's more than that.
Yes, very much so.
There are many events for people to learn more about Operation Babylift and the Vietnam War.
Yes.
For instance.
We will have lots of people involved in it. So they'll be there actually kind of telling their stories. So you could kind of look at it as a day of remembering the event through oral histories. The people that lived it are going to be there talking about it, showing their photos, showing their videos, interacting with the different people who were there. So they will be very educational for people who aren't really familiar with it.
And you've been getting a lot of buzz about this.
Yes, we have.
And where did that start? I mean, it is amazing how this has taken off.
Yeah, you know what it was? Lana Noon, who I told you about, she just has a great story, having adopted these her 2 daughters. Her daughter Jenny was actually the last baby who was baby-lifted. So her story just resonates with a lot of people, and she's got really strong connections. And it's been 10 years since they've done a celebration, and people remembered her and remembered her story. So when the 40th came up, they reached out to her again.
So it's April 25th.
Yes, it is.
And how do people get to the memorial that don't know where it is?
The best way I can tell you is to take exit 116 off the Garden State Parkway.
And you expect this to be crowded? Very.
I would say get there earlier if you can, because we have a lot of participants aside from the people who are just coming to learn and experience the day. So I think it will be pretty crowded.
Now I understand that not all the children made it.
They didn't. So the way that it happened, Ed Daly financed the first flight himself, and then President Ford came on board on April 3rd, and April 4th the operation officially began. So the first official Operation Babylift flight left on April 4th. It only was in the air for 12 minutes and it crashed, killing over 100 people. 78 of them were children.
And how are you going to remember that moment?
Some of the people involved in that crash that survived it will be there, and they'll be reading the names of those who didn't make it. There'll be a plaque that will be at our site going forward, and there'll be some photos, and there'll just be a time for them to kind of talk about it and read the names and remember them.
So will this be going on all day?
Yes, it's on from 10 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
And when does it open? Oh, you just said that. And so, but you don't expect people to be there all day?
No, no. And there's a schedule. If you go to our website, there's a full calendar of how the day is going to go. But it will start with a ceremony for those who didn't make it in the crash, and a welcome, and then it will go into readings from a play that Lana and some of the people involved wrote about the day and the days that followed when Babylift really kicked off. And then there'll be a panel from people who were involved in it. There's the Vietnamese dance troupe that will be performing. It's kind of a whole mixed bag, but it's something for everybody.
And quickly, the website for people to go to?
Is www.njvvmf.org.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here. It's an important thing you're doing.
Thank you.
Sarah Hagarty, who is the curator of the New Jersey Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation. April 25th is the date if you want to go and remember Operation Babylift. That does it for Jersey Matters. Stick around for another thing. I'm Larry Menti.